was skeptical that XRP would have lasting power because Ripple, the company, owns 60% of them, now 55 or 50%. And I was like, that just doesn't seem a proposition that's going to work. And I've been dead wrong. Hats off to Brad Garlinghouse and his team. Ripple is now, a institution.
I think you're going to see that spectrum. We focused, as Ripple as a company, like in our enterprise products, is focused mainly on institutional payments, where there's that balance. They're cost sensitive, but they're very sensitive to things like 24/7 availability, compliance, and then bringing costs down. But yeah,
we recently announced that OUSG is coming to the XRP ledger, and we're excited to also announce today that USDY is coming to Stellar. The convergence of traditional financial services and blockchain technology holds the potential for a fundamental upgrade to our financial system.
I think the obstacle for mass adoption, and we're within a few years of that cusp, is we need the institutional adoption first. The same thing happened with the internet. You have to build bridges to where the value is, to where the people are. There has to be usability.
I would have never thought XRP would have been the best performing token after the inauguration, but it was. But I was wrong. I was wrong in that I thought lots of these ecosystems would go away. And they didn't. And I have a very different view on this now. Like, it's the libertarian view. If people want to be part of the XRP army, let them.
They try to shake me out, but I was born ready. Dropping down the price, then I'll be getting plenty. They want all your bags, and they want all them empty.
What's up, good glitches? Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra bullishness. Just when you thought it couldn't get any more extra bullish for the XRP holders, it looks like we're entering that we win stage. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then we win. We got Mike Novogratz praising XRP's narrative in the crypto market, says he was wrong about XRP and says the XRP army is vibrant and strong. Institutions, maxis, banks inbound to pump our bags up. And just when he thought that couldn't get any better, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse reportedly expected to be appointed as the advisor to the White House Crypto Council, according to the New York Post. I hope you've been strapped in, loading up on the greatest opportunity. Shout out to the latest sub. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, and buckle up, because the future's extra bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 3.27 trillion, down about 1.9, right around 2% in the past 24. We got XRP bouncing around $2.30, currently right around 234. We got BTC right around 96,738, ETH right around 27 hundo. Stellar XLM in the number 16 spot, right around 32 cents. Take a look at the market cap dominance by category here. We still got BTC leading the charge here at 72%, ETH right around 12.2%, XRP right around 5.1%. And with this institutional crash we recently had, makes sense because with all the good news inbound, Brad Garlinghouse headed to the White House. The maxis flipping bullish on XRP, the flipping in. So it begins. Once again, Cointelegraph latest, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is reportedly expected to be appointed as an advisor to the White House Crypto Council, according to the New York Post. This move could strengthen Ripple's presence in the U.S. crypto policy discussions and help take over that number one spot. XRP, built for the internet of value, built for utility, built for banks, built for institutions. Now you know why they wanted you out by any means necessary. We got one from Ripple CTO David Schwartz at the Undo Finance Summit 2025. Center stage.
If I Venmo Jen money for lunch, she knows where to find me if the payment fails. There are different layers, and Jen might be willing to pay less for security for the lunch transaction than moving $10 billion. Do you think that that's true? And does that set the stage for different levels of speed and cost versus security? How is your company thinking about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
There is not going to be a one-size-fits-all solution. There's not going to be a one-chain world. It's not going to be a one-product world. There is no conceivable universe where Ripple is the only successful blockchain company, right? Like that's just impossible. There's going to be a broad range of things that people need. And you called out an important one, which is like There's applications that are not very cost sensitive and you can trade off cost for many other things. There's applications that are just super cost sensitive. There's cases where speed is of the essence, and then there's multi-million-dollar transactions where making sure that we don't do it if we didn't really want to is of the essence. I think you're going to see that spectrum. We focused, as Ripple as a company, like in our enterprise products, is focused mainly on institutional payments where there's that balance. They're cost sensitive, but they're very sensitive to things like 24/7 availability, compliance, and then bringing costs down. But yeah, I think you will see a whole spectrum of products. And already you see chains that are focused on very fast payments, chains that are focused on very high security. And I think that's definitely why interoperability is going to be so important. If I have to try to figure out where your money is and if we have to work out the interoperability as humans, it's going to be inconvenient. It's going to have to just work.
So much good news, make you want to smack your mama. We got XRP drops Ondo, XRPL, tokenized US Treasuries, USDY, US Treasury, yield coins.
At Ondo, we started our journey into tokenization by asking, how can we make stablecoins even better? The answer? Tokenized treasuries, or as we call them, yield coins. Like stablecoins, they're accessible globally 24/7 and programmable on-chain, but they also pay holders a yield. Our first product, OUSG, targeted institutional and high net worth individuals in the crypto ecosystem, making it easy for them to go back and forth between stablecoins and US dollars and to use yield-bearing assets as collateral in on-chain financial protocols. In order to demonstrate this utility, around the time we launched OUSG, we also developed Flux Finance, the first on-chain treasury repo marketplace, allowing OUSG holders to pledge their tokens as collateral and borrow against them. Earlier this year, with the help of BlackRock, we enabled instant minting and redemptions for OUSG 24/7, and we reduced the minimum from $100,000 to $5,000, broadening access even further. While these innovations were great, access to OUSG was still limited to institutional investors. That's why we launched USDY, the first freely transferable yield coin, designed to be usable in DeFi and accessible to retail investors outside the US. Since then, we further broadened access, expanding USDY across multiple chains, including Ethereum, Solana, Sui, Aptos, Mantle, Arbitrum, and Cosmos. We also built the Ondo Bridge to enable seamless transfers across them, and we helped to integrate USDY in a number of DeFi protocols. And our chain expansion efforts will continue. We recently announced that OUSG is coming to the XRP ledger, and we're excited to also announce today that USDY is coming to Stellar.
We got Ripple. Meanwhile, new partner alert. Ripple USD, a trusted, transparent, and regulated stablecoin built for payments, is now available on trading Zero Hash X and also the Revolut app. Get RLUSD now available. XRP drops. History is being written before our eyes, and Ripple is part of it. For the first time, it's also going to be possible for reward assets to have the same utility, liquidity, and performance as traditional assets and other channels. Historically, this has never been possible in other ecosystems.
Last but not least, the Ondo chain will catalyze a new ecosystem focused on real-world assets and DeFi. This ecosystem will allow for concentrated innovation to happen, both for protocols, but also at the wallet level, to really invest and optimize the user experience for financial services and RWAs on-chain. For the first time, it's also going to be possible for real-world assets to have the same utility, liquidity, and performance as traditional assets in other channels. Historically, this has never been possible in other ecosystems. By innovating into the design of the chain itself, for the very first time, RWAs are going to be able to tap into crypto-native primitives such as staking. This will open up the door to new products and innovations and sources of additional yield that can even be passed on to traditional investors.
Another from XRP drops. Epic moment. Wall Street 2.0 will be unveiled. We're at the defining moment in global finance. All roads lead to the bridge.
We're at a defining moment in global finance. The convergence of traditional financial services and blockchain technology holds the potential for a fundamental upgrade to our financial system, one that will make markets more transparent, more efficient, and more accessible for everyone. While many of you in this room and those joining virtually have been working towards this vision for years, we believe now is the time to begin working more closely together to make this vision a reality.
The internet of value is upon us. The transformation of wealth is upon us. Banks, institutions on their way to pump our bags up. Regulations are molasses about to burst open. Know what you hold. Quick announcement here, guys. Links in the description. Make sure to go give Nerdy X90 a follow. Dropping some fire content over on his channel. Also, GDLT dropping some fire live streams. Make sure to go give him a subscribe. Links in the description. We got Denell Dixon. Ando just proved it again. When you're serious about tokenized real world deals, you build on. Stellar. USDY coming soon to Stellar. Ando. Stellar. Welcome to the mass adoptions of utility coins, XRP, XLM, BTC who, Andrew D. Vilbis, XRP, mass enterprise adoption. I think that's where we are right now. David Schwartz. So it begins.
Both myself and Ripple have been in this business for well more than 10 years now. We watched the very early stuff going, to what's happening now with institutional adoption. In the very beginning, it was very experimental, and it was almost like Las Vegas. It was gambling. It was very sexy though. Like, you attract a lot of people to fancy casinos, but it doesn't have a whole lot of real world utility. It's not Financial System 2.0. Financial System 2.0, a lot of it is frankly boring. Like, for most people, what they need is like a savings account is an extremely useful thing. It doesn't produce high yield. It isn't very volatile, but it's extremely useful and practical. And so we've watched that evolution to more useful, more practical, more enterprise focused, more compliant. Compliance was a bad word in the early days. Like, everything was just completely decentralized. But the problem is the value is in the real world. If we're going to build Wall Street 2.0, we can't just say forget about everything that we have. It's trillions of dollars worth of real world value. And so what you're seeing today is you're seeing stable coins, which are, they're igniting DeFi ecosystems. They're very institutional products, but they're also, anybody can hold them and transact them. They're compliant, but they're also, free flowing. You're starting to see DeFi applications that look more like TradFi. They're not about getting huge amounts of yield at very high risk, but they're about things that make a lot of sense to people, like treasuries. I think the obstacle for mass adoption, and we're within a few years of that cusp, is we need the institutional adoption first. The same thing happened with the internet. You have to build bridges to where the value is, to where the people are. There has to be usability. We have to solve all of those problems to be able to turn that corner to mass retail adoption. So I think the precursor to that is going to be mass enterprise adoption, and I think that's right where we are now. It's probably why everybody's here.
You heard it from the architect himself, Joe Katz, David Schwartz. Mass enterprise adoption is upon us. Once again, banks, institutions, enterprises on their way. Welcome to the utility era. XRP. X marks the spot. We got Doppler Finance. At the end of the day, that's the exact gap. Doppler Finance is here to fill an accessible, yield-driven money layer powering the internet of value. By unlocking real utility for XRP, we want to make the financial side of IOV seamless, inclusive, and ready for everyone. Crypto Eddie, if you're new to blockchain or haven't been around a while, the internet of value remains the aspiration of a more open, inclusive, and efficient global financial system. Hats off to everyone building a better money part. Meanwhile, the maxis are starting to switch. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then they realize we're about to win. Mike Novogratz praised the XRP narrative in the crypto market. I was wrong about XRP, Army Strong.
At one point, has to be met with some utility. Otherwise, we just have a casino and things go up and down. And because it's so easy to issue tokens now, you have almost an infinite supply response. And so while you're seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP even, the other than Solana, the top 5 tokens were issued way back because they had time to build their communities. And those communities are really, really vibrant. The biggest surprise that I've seen in this market was how resilient communities of what I thought were tokens, were. I would have never thought XRP would have been the best performing token after the inauguration, but it was. The XRP army is vibrant and strong. And I was even talking to Brad Garlinghouse. He said, I'm not even sure where it comes from. Where this passion, but it's passion. And if you think about what these I'm getting to the point, I promise. What we learned in crypto, and the older you are, Dan and I'm 60, he's probably close, the more difficult this is to understand, is that community became a part of the investment, algorithm. And we didn't really pay attention enough of that early on. And I used to joke about the tattoos, the Bitcoin tattoos. Very few people have Microsoft tattoos, but thousands and thousands, tens of thousands have Bitcoin tattoos, right? There's something more than the association with the stock. Well, that same idea in Bitcoin exists in XRP, it exists in Celestia for a smaller way. And so this idea of community as an investing input, we're now seeing, you could say Tesla has always had this crazy valuation because of this idea of the Tesla community. And the jury is out. Is that a permanent function of how we value things around the world, right? Certainly the younger generation is driven towards memes. It's driven towards this idea of memic investing. It feels like it is. Then you have a day like Monday where things fall 30% and you're like, oh, what was I thinking? And I think that psychology up and down is going to still be part of our dynamic until we get the utility. And so that's kind of how I'm seeing the world. But
shout out to the XRP army. They came for our bags, but we stood on business. Shout out to everybody who held strong and helped defeat the corrupt SEC. Shout out Hogan Ripple for staying here in the U.S. and fighting the good fight. Shout out John Deaton. The best is still yet to come. Crawl, walk. Then we rock it. We got another one from Crypto Insight UK. Don't find it weird on how so many big names are completely turning their stance on XRP. It tells me they must know something.
I was skeptical that XRP would have lasting power because Ripple, the company, owns 60% of them, now 55 or 50% of them. And I was like, that just doesn't seem a proposition that's going to work. And I've been dead wrong. Hats off to Brad Garlinghouse and his team. Ripple is now, a institution. The XRP army is real. They care about their ecosystem and their coin. I was skeptical.
Just when he thought it couldn't get any better and more bullish, Novogratz flipping. He knows what's coming. They know what's coming. We know what's coming. And they can't stop it. XRP, built for utility, built for the internet of value, built for this exact moment for institutional adoption. Crypto Eddie says, unbelievable from Nova, this space. Mike Novogratz of Galaxy Digital endorses XRP once again. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then we win.
But I was wrong. I was wrong in that I thought lots of these ecosystems would go away. And they didn't. And I have a very different view on this now. Like, it's the libertarian view. If people want to be part of the XRP army, let them. That's their decision. And XRP has a narrative, and they like it. It's, in some ways, all of these ecosystems have a little bit of store of value in them. People are storing their value there.
XRP is the real store of value over BTC with utility attached, built for banks, institutions. You know what's coming. Just in, Crypto Mom Hester Pierce says the SEC will not be taking an enforcement-first approach. Get ready for that lawsuit to drop and XRP to pump. We got DCENT Wallet, DCENT App 2.0 is here. First launch in the South Korea, ready to go global. Which country should we expand next? Drop your country's flag below. Mega giveaway 10 winners. We got DCENT 2.0 coming to a wallet near you. Link in the description. Unmatched security. Perfected with fingerprint technology. Secure assets with DCENT, the first biometrically secure cryptocurrency hardware wallet. Your best wallet for XRP, XRP IOU tokens, XLM tokens, Flare, Songbird, Algo. Not your keys, not your crypto, DCENT wallets. We got one from El Crypto Mustache. I think that the USDT dominance as well as the BTC dominance is very close to a major top here. Maybe it's already in. Not the time to be bearish. People's sentiment doesn't exactly speak against it either, to be honest. Hang in there. Good times are coming. We got Dark Defender, Chapter 101. XRP institutions, cross-border payments, XLM people, international money transfers, HBAR people payments, among other users. All that glitters is turned into silver, gold, and platinum. End of the chapter. Another one from Dark Defender. XRP is trying to hold the 233 at the last Fibonacci level. The RSI on the 4-hour time frame has not yet turned bullish, but we can expect the reversal with some sagging here. Supports are 233, 199, targets 270, 299, and then en route to new all-time highs, $4, $5. Don't wait till it happens. With that being said, Brad Garlinghouse says any criticism of the press conference is absolutely missing the forest for the trees. Having the chair of the Senate Banking, the chair of the House of Financial Services, the chair of the Senate AG, and the chair of the House AG join the crypto czars to commit to passing legislation for crypto clarity is 100% a big deal and something we haven't seen before, and get ready for Big Brad Garlinghouse to enter the White House as a Ripple XRP crypto advisor. You know what happens next. Our roads lead to the bridge, and the longer they take, the higher we keep climbing on that XRP rich list. Where will those bags be when that regulation jar molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? We'll catch you up here on the mothership, headed past the moon to infinity and beyond. Don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on that likey button. We'll see you at the tippy top. BYOB. Later, glitches.
Later, glitches.
It could not scale. Moon fam dancing, that rocket got stealth. Shitcoin, put it on the shelf. We headed towards the wealth. BTC, Maxi, Patsy, Moon fam clapping, they could not tell. Sheep trying to sell when it didn't turn out well. Blink of an eye, red candle, it all fell. Bitcoin was a demo, you ain't get the memo. Net memos, SEC settle, we blasting off the ghetto. Big bags on me, middle finger to the devils. Rocket fly itself, no keys, no pedals to the top, I need a medal. Stay holy in my temple, ripple